Good day, lords and ladies, and welcome back to the Black Book. Now, let's get into it, shall we? Don't think there's anything that we wanted. And we were going to the Forest Bandits. So we were going to there. We don't need anything from the market. One of our imps are annoyed with us, but what's new? Okay. The Amateur Ravine. Old Igor says this place is some kind of threshold. Undead of the Ravine. Okay. So we got a couple of spirit. We got a spirit, which is ethereal, which means all attacks miss at 3 turns unless we get rid of it. And we got a couple of imps, which are annoying. Okay. Let's get our defense up straight away. We'll get that out. That out, which will boost our damage up a bit. Get rid of its benefits to its status effect. Actually, we'll go. That will kill it. Actually, wait, that won't kill it. Will it? We'll see. No, it will kill it. Right here. They're going to hit us for a little bit of damage. But we'll be able to recuperate without much issue. Well, that's going to be nasty. That's going to be... So this guy needs to die before anybody else. Yeah, that person's dead. And we'll throw down a health boost. And that. So we healed up, and yeah, let's just finish it off with a key. There we go. Let's see. We can do that. Just run to all enemies. Deals twice the amount of damage if against an enemy who is cursed. It's hard to get that combination going. But we got some more knowledge. That's all done. Draw additional pages, draw an additional key page each turn. Improves this, gives more damage, +1 isn't too bad. I am going to go draw an additional order page each turn. Partly because it means that we can get more useful cards out, so let's grab that. Okie dokie. Fantastic. Hopefully with this, it basically means that when we get into fights where we have to make a customizable deck to fight, because later on in the game, the boss battles become more like puzzles, where you have to try and figure out how to overcome the boss. Salt Nouveau Village, a good village. I've been here plenty of times, lots of acquaintances too.
A ray of light from a suddenly opened door of the village shop pierces the darkness. A young lad with an accordion strapped across his back runs into the street. A moment later, a shop owner emerges, spewing curses and chasing after the musician. You are somewhat familiar with the accordion player. This dashing youth is often invited to Vichorkas and celebrations.
Evening party for young people. Help the accordion player.
You whisper a zagaver, and the merchant clumsily falls onto the dirty road. Judging by his angry yells, you guess that the young man has stolen a box of sweets from his shop. You think he casts a narrow-eyed glance in your direction. Before he did, the merchant spits on a neighbor's hen in frustration, knowing he won't be able to catch the musician.
Let's talk to him.
That scoundrel! Sure, take him! He'll pay me back, he says. I know all about him paying back. I won't see a half kopeck until Christmas.
Offer help?
I know this man. Should I get him back for you?
If only you could. I know him as well, but still. If only my boy was at the counter. I bet he's gone divinate into the ovens again.
Barn to dry hay.
Behind those barns?
Yes? Is anything wrong?
Do they have any idea how to perform divinations? I fear something might go wrong.
Nothing bad will happen to them. Sure, take them. Youngster, have no patience. Can I help you? Get go-
But what if I wanted to buy something?
Yeah, right. The devil you roaming around at night. Get lost.
The merchant shuts the door in front of you. You can only continue on your way.
Okay, so... Barnyard. Yeah, let's do the barnyard. The merchant told me children were performing divinations in the barnyard. Divinations are at the wrong time can prove dangerous. It can't hurt to check them out. What's this? Granaries. Granaries, as well as mills, are part of the flour making process. A granary is a rectangular log structure with a roof with 4 slopes. Each 8 large wooden boxes called suskeks could store up to 125 tons of grain. Ventilation holes called portukas perforated the lower part of the building, which is important because nothing explodes quite like grain dust in the air or flour dust in the air.
The black shape of this Ravine looks like a beast ready to pounce. When you peek through the slightly open door, you gasp. Raviniks have stuffed the children into the stove and are arguing about something.
Barnyard and drying barn. A barnyard is comprised of several buildings with thrashing grain connected to a single 2-sloped roof. Before thrashing, the sheaves of rye had to be dried in one of these buildings, called a drying barn. It consisted of 2 pots, one of them underground with a stone stove. The cells were laid on the poles above the stoves. After drying, they were brought to the straw cutter. The barnyard and drying barn were protected by specific spirits, gumnekniks and ovniks. They were imagined to be small humanoids in red-pointed caps. On Yule-tide, girls went to the barnyard for grooms' divinations. They put their bare foot above the drying poles, and if the ovnik hit them with the lash, it meant their groom would be mean. If the ovnik stroked their feet with a mitten, the groom would be kind.
Let us into your ravine, kind host.
Witch! I can sense Khaldun's from a mile away. Well, come in. You've already invited yourself.
Damn Raviniks. They always looking to eat somebody.
What's with the children? Did you kill them?
Not yet. We're deciding on who gets to do it. Well, what are you looking at? They came for divinations at wrong time, didn't ask for invitation, didn't circle themselves. And to top things off, their father cursed them. Or could it be you, who also came to grab a bite? Come on, take off their icons. They're nasty to the touch.
Let's try and outsmart them.
I came for the children. They're my prey. The merchants send them to hell? I know, and their chorts send me precisely for that reason. The real chorts, mind you, not some household spirits.
That's the first time I've heard such a thing. Prove to us that Chorts sent you.
These Aviniks want to see chorts. Well, I know where I can get plenty of those.
Let's see. Not herbs, artifacts, pester.
Well, look at this.
You open your pistir, and several annoyed chorts spill out of it. The panicked Aviniks hide in dark corners.
Alright, what do we want a card for? Let's grab this one.
After the Aviniks disappear, the children return to their senses. They remember what happened, only in part. You remind them of the necessities of a protective circle by properly boxing their ears.
Hard but fair. Salt Navoka Woods. And we got some more information. Excellent. The forest to the east of the village. They say there's lots of beekeepers here. Perhaps I can trade with them.
The narrow path leads you to a silent bee garden. A single light shines amidst the beehives. A beekeeper has lit a splinter and is writing something on birch bark.
I can hear you walking. Come out to the light.
Greetings, beekeeper.
Ah, a traveler. Well, come in. Make yourself at home in my bee kingdom. My name is Panko.
The beekeeper proceeds to write something on birch bark.
Are you writing a Leshy charter by chance?
Heaven forbid. I'm calculating my income for the summer. The bee queen spawns grubs every day. So I get a lot of new bees. If only I had enough houses for them. This Vajanoi helps me. There's Chorts Creek nearby. The bees drink their water there. I threw something in the water recently. A bottle of vodka and a loaf of bread. So my bees wouldn't die off this winter.
I see. If you're having a good year, maybe you have something to sell.
Come and take a look. Are you interested in some healing herbs?
Let's first say about the Vodnoi.
Have you heard about the local Vaginoi?
Well, they say all sorts of things. I heard this one story from an old woman I know. Thing is, I can tell a mighty scary story. Might make your hair stand on end.
Let's check his wares. He's got honey. Increases well-versed effects for 3 rounds. Yeah, that's not so bad. That's some healing herb. I will grab a couple of these honeys. And one of these healing herbs. And we are done. So what's the story that he told us? Hired by the Vodnoi. A man sunk in the water and became a servant of the Vodnoi. The fishmaster took a liking to and decided to let him back onto shore with a bride and a generous dowry. The girl named Marina whispered to him, "He'll give you a choice of 12 girls. All of them except for me have yellow teeth. Mine are white. If you choose wrongly, you'll stay here forever. He will then let you choose between 2 sacks, the large one and the small one. Don't be greedy. Choose the smaller one, as it contains a mill. It will mill anything into flour and will never starve. Don't choose the large sack, or you'll be forced to remain here." The guy did as he was told. He returned to the land, built in his bark, got married in the church, had many children, forgot about the Vodnoi. Only on Pentecost did they remember him and leave him offerings by the river. Okay, and this one is Order of Prayer, yeah. Because it's for the Mermaid.
The silent village is getting ready to sleep. There are lights in some windows, and from time to time, you see peasants going about their business.
Find the drowner's wife.
You soon find the Izba, where the missing peasant's family lives. It turns out that he is one of the villagers trying to reach the Sultanovka bank. You tell his wife that she must recite a prayer. The shaken woman recognizes you as a witch and trusts your every word.
Give money.
You give her all the money the Vajinoi's servant gave you. The grateful peasant woman gives you some healing herbs for the road. After some thought, you ask her to light a candle for a certain Rusalka that you know.
For the Mermaid.
The silent village is getting ready to sleep.
Right here.
There are lights in some
Let's ask about the
windows,
pothouse.
And from time, everyone you ask knows about the pothouse, but tells you that it is a wicked place for wicked people. As it turns out, The bandits have become even noisier as of late, but no one has seen them in nearby villages. One of the people you talk to crosses himself and tells you that there's something demonic going on in this pothouse. With a shaky voice, he tells you about a logging area to the west. You can't get anything else out of him. The silent village is getting ready to sleep. There are lights in some windows, and from time to time, you see peasants.
Okay, so something going on with the forest clearing, and then with the bathhouse. Ooh, song. I do love the music in this game.
You hear the lingering sounds of songs long known to you. At one of the izbas, you see a late-running Vichorka. It may be worth stopping to listen for a while. You sit by a house and dissolve in a deep song.
And now, onto the forest clearing. They say some bandits were felling timber here. Perhaps I can learn something about them.
On the frozen logging site, everything is silent, even birds and insects. Knowing this to be a sign of evil spirits, you open your book. Several fat logs are lying on the glade ahead of you near an old fire, and some items are scattered about it. By the roots of a notably large fallen pine, you see the mouth of a hole.
Inspect the logs.
The closer you get to the logging site, the stronger the smell of decay. You recoil involuntarily when you spot the bodies, stuck into the rough holes in the trunks, as if into coffins. Overcoming your disgust, you inspect the corpses. Many of the dead have weapons. It would appear they used to be bandits. You find a purse with rubles on one of them and take it without remorse.
Inspect the fire.
You feel the stench of death in the air. It seems no one has been here for a long time. You find someone's ledger by the fire. Reading it, you find regular sacrifices to the Vadinoi and other, more sinister expenses that you try not to think about. The last record is dated more than a week ago.
Right, they expect a hole.
The hole breathes with the dampness of a graveyard. At the bottom of it, among roots that look like paws of exotic beasts, you see an empty chest. Upon closer inspection, it proves to be quite old. It would seem that this small chest was buried a long time ago.
So, let's think about this. Like, the bandits obviously dug the chest up about a week ago. And now they're all dead, so they let something out. The Salt Nanvok Bank. I hope the Vodnoy doesn't catch me just yet. I haven't even spoken to the bandits.
Someone's figure stands black at the forest's edge. You can't make out who's waiting for you on your way. You clutch your book tighter.
Call out.
A human voice answers you. You come closer and recognize the accordion player you met from Sultanova village.
Vasya, I knew it was you in the village.
What do you need? You're on your way already.
I wanted to thank you. You tripped him and I managed to escape.
Yeah, tripped. Right.
Here, take a sweet for the road. I need these sweets for business, but I'll pay them back first thing tomorrow.
You must be carrying these for the girls, as usual.
Such accusations all of a sudden. Nothing of the sort. I'm going to a pothouse. I've been asked to play for a birthday, I think.
Fedka plays a riff on his accordion.
I think if I bring a present along, they'll pay me more.
To a pothouse, you say? Have you been there before? What kind of place is it?
No, I haven't. It used to be an abandoned izba. Now I hear that each night it becomes a noisy pothouse. So it must be fun. Oh, a fine pothouse it must be.
Who called you there?
God knows. The other night I met some lad by my izba. Come to the pothouse, he says. Gave me some money in advance and promised more afterwards.
Why couldn't you buy sweets with that money?
I hid them away right after, just in case. Come on, don't fret. I'll pay it back later.
I've heard wicked people reside there.
I don't care. Even church won't hurt an accordion player.
Really, you haven't met Chorts. You wouldn't know if you did.
Not everyone is brought up by a knower.
God help you. I have business of my own.
Wait, where are you going yourself?
I'm going to the pothouse too. I need to check up on this birthday.
Oh, how wonderful. Let's go together.
Yeah, wonderful. Sorry, but I'll have to go alone. First, I need to drop by Nekrasova.
Look what's going on there. Men and women crawling like flies. Let's go.
You don't have time to interject, and the musician drags you along. Peasants are gathering on the banks of the river. Each has several loaves of bread in their hands, which they are throwing into the river, and watch as they drift downstream. The musician calls out to them, and strides confidently towards them.
Well met, Nekrasova. What are you doing here? Feeding the fishes?
They're looking for a drowned man. He can be found where a loaf sinks, so they say.
Yes, one man from our village went missing. We can't find him.
I think I know who you're talking about. You won't ransom him from a Vodinoy with bread, and not from your Vodinoy for sure.
And how do you know that?
Her grandpa is a knower. She's a knower too.
But what can we do to make him drift ashore? Tell us if you know.
If you want to ransom him from Yovodinoy, you'll need coins for that. Throw an odd number of each time, 3 or 15.
How much money will it take? Where can we get that amount? We struggled even to get this bread.
Here, take this. It's not much, but it should do.
And we've got lose some of our sin.
Well, Vasya, quite a wealthy girl you are.
Keep quiet. Don't go counting my money.
We thank you for this. We'll be searching for him until spring this way.
You say goodbye to the peasants and go on your way. Soon, you are able to rid yourself of the musician, who stays to chat with some of his new acquaintances.
And we go to a settlement. There are several houses some distance away from the village. Someday they may form a village of their own.
You pass a small settlement that has no name yet. On the village edge, you notice a fat barrel rolling to the west.
Let's follow it.
It turns out that the barrel is rolling to the pothouse. Sometime later, several chorts fly out of it, transform into whirlwinds, and fly away so fast that you have no time to read a zagavar. Approaching the barrel, you notice that it used to be full of mash, but it is empty now.
So they're definitely chorts at the pothouse. Okie dokie. Let's first have a look around to see if there's anything we can gather. Old house. There are only abandoned isbas nearby. The windows are all dark. Let's say that looked like a herb, but I can't quite get it. There we go. More healing herbs. You don't really need to spend that much on herbs if you just have a good look around the map first. A large isper, a fine one. And you imagine how much effort that you had to actually go into making these. Just a solid amount of timber herb. Because imagine it, like all the work you have to go in shaping the timber logs to be put in place, and then you have to maintain it as well. Because you had to put basically things in between, like you had to pack it with moss. Historically, they used to pack it with the gaps with moss or rope, and then put mud over, like mud, a mixture of like wattle and daub was something similar to wattle and daub, like a mixture of mud and hay, or clay. Was another one, like a mixture of hay and like clay and animal manure that you'd use to mix together and then pack it in to keep the water from getting in through the cracks.
The peasant holds his head and wipes away a single tear from time to time.
Are you alright?
Oh, girl, what are you doing here? Get out of here while you still can. This is an evil place.
Dead bandits.
I know it is. That's why I'm here. I found dead bandits in the forest, at the logging site. It would seem that demons killed them.
That's what happened. Run while you yourself are still alive.
If you're so scared, why aren't you running too?
I can't escape the charts. They left me here while they're drinking in the pothouse. Later, they'll ride me to hell.
Dear God, so you're dead?
I used to spend quite a bit of time in this pothouse. Now it's time to pay the bill.
I have questions.
What can you tell me about the pothouse?
A wicked place. Oh, wicked people. So it was. And it's worse now.
Why are you crying?
What? I'm not crying. I won't cry. No matter what fate befalls me. Do you hear?
I know it is. That
Right.
would seem that
That's what.
if you're so scared...
I can't escape the later.
Dear God,
I used to spend quite a bit of time.
perhaps I can save you. I know how to deal with chorts. I have a pastor full of my own. Just help me get inside.
You can't help me. But you can peek on the chart if you like. Here is the key from the back door. You can go in if you want to.
Right, so we have the key to the back door. And this guy's blocking. What a Vichorka. Vichorka. We're having here. See, the musician has already got here. What's wrong with your head, girl? Do you forget something
I
here?
have business with your chieftain.
Ha! He has no business with you. Go, before Cassian has seen you.
Introduce yourself.
I'm a witch from Vilgard, if you really want to know.
And I am thou, the entire Perm Gubernia.
Let's try intimidation.
I'm a witch from Vilgard, if you really want to know. I can heal you, but I can curse you as well.
I'll show you, curse. There's no place for witches here. Go!
Through your clenched teeth, you whisper a zagaver that would topple. You decide not to attract too much tension prematurely and begin searching for another way.
Yeah, we already knew that these guys were demons. So, inside the building we go. Use the back door.
You can hear the sounds of an accordion and lively conversation. The door is locked.
Open the door with the key.
The lock falls to the floor with a thud. The door is open.
Go inside. And here we are. Incised Pothouse, which is probably going to be full of demons. So there's going to be at least 4 of them. Oh no, there are going to be. Well, there might be 4, there might be 5, depending on how many. Like, there's one outside we know of. Guy behind the bar will be one, so it's at least 2. And the others may be demons as well. We know that the musician has been lured here under false pretenses. But I am having to call it early today, folks. So, next time we will deal with the demons in the pothouse, and then we're going to have to try and figure out how to basically placate the Verdenoy, because he's going to be annoyed that his bandits are dead, because they were giving him offerings. Maybe we can just pay him off if we save up enough money. I have a good chunk of money lying around. I have like 270 ruples, so that might be enough to basically pay him off. And we got a new song outfit as well, which is fantastic. So, I've been Cornish-knight. This has been the Black Book, and I shall see you all again next time, folks. Goodbye.